There was a recent video on the channel of Leah Gordon. Her name is Leah Gordon. I've checked out some of her videos, and it was a video with a black sociologist telling black women that they, like so many of us are saying, should date white men. I say an American one. And some of the comments were ignorant. Some of them were black women fighting for black love that's just not even there at this point. And some who see the light. And I want to share my personal list. I didn't get this off a website. This is a list of why white American men are the best choice when you're gonna date outside your race, ahead of the other groups of men of color. Because there were several comments, and I'm going to read some of them being upset that it's white men who's being promoted and not the Asian man, the Arab man, the Indian man, the Polynesian man, the Hispanic man. Now, like I said, I support black women dating every race of man to find love. But I did have to make another video saying I highly suggest you get an American one. Take it from someone with experience dating men who are not Americanized. I'm telling you, it's better to get an American one. Like I said, I'm going to tell you why I personally believe the white American man is the best top choice. He's not the only one. You can date the other groups of men. No one's saying you can't, but why they're at the top of the most recommended for you as American black women to date. And, like I said, I saw several comments on there. And one woman said she feels these videos make us look desperate. It doesn't know. What looks desperate is black women fighting tooth and nail for a group of men who have shown they don't want you. They're not marrying y'all in high numbers. They leaving you pregnant. Yeah, they might fuck some of y'all, but they're not in love with you, and they're not wifing you up. That's the reality. Those are the facts. Everyone knows it. I think some of them are just embarrassed to see it on national TV and people talking about it and making suggestions on what you need to do. I feel some of these same black women who are saying no, 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 30 years from now, they're going to be on YouTube looking at this video. 50% of them are going to have a child out of wedlock by a man who did not marry them, and they're still going to be single. If they get married, they'll be 45 to 50 years old, and they'll be thinking, damn, maybe I should have listened. Or some of them just don't listen at all, and they just end up old and not having a man, and still preaching black love while they continuously see the black man dating who the hell he wants. Like I said, don't believe me, you need to make a visit to Virginia ASAP in California. You'll see real quick who's loyal. I'm telling you what I've seen. So, okay. So before I share my reasons, my 3 reasons the white man is the best option, this is just some of the comments left under that video with Leah Gordon. One woman said, it's kind of funny how black women are like team black love, but black men are like, see ya, I'm gonna get something foreign. Couldn't agree more. Another woman said, why not other races? Why specifically white men this is my question. Everything isn't black and white. Then another person said, and I think Deshante, I think she subscribed to me actually, and she says, I believe that black women can be with whatever race of man they want to be with, but why such a push for black women just to be with white men? There are other races of men out there to choose from. One lady said, no, I'll date another man of color, not a white man. Another woman said, it's a no for me, but it's your life. Okay. One person said, interracial doesn't automatically mean a white man. I wish they would stop making it seem like that. I'd prefer another culture or race before just hopping on the first white guy I see. Trust me when I tell you, you're going to have cultural clashes, whether they're Asian, African, Hispanic. I'm telling you, you have a high chance of cultural clashes. Okay. One lady said, I'm sorry, it's not my cup of tea. I'm not forcing someone to find someone of another race. Yeah, just to say I'm in a relationship if I'm not attracted to them. This is one thing I agree on. You have some black women dating interracially because they just said, I'm not waiting anymore. But some of them are not physically attracted to other races of men. I've been attracted to all races since I was 12 years old, so this is natural for me, but it's not natural for some black women. Personally, I just find it hard to believe you never found anything else attractive. I don't believe any man or any woman, no matter what race they are, has never looked at a different race. I just don't believe it. It's too much variety to not have looked. But that's just me. So this woman, Dominique, said, I agree. I saw this trend and tried to explain to some of my black female friends that a majority of us won't get married simply because we're outnumbered and our men are dating elsewhere, and they got upset with me. A lot of black women are getting upset. I don't know why. Everybody knows the damn truth. Why can't they just face it? I used to be like some of these black women. Not when I was younger. When I was younger, I've had experiences with guys that were not black, and I did not become more pro-black until my early 20s when I realized, the importance of maybe having a black family. Then later through the years, through experience, I realized the shit just doesn't matter at this point. I see them with white women everywhere. I see the disrespect. I see all these black women pregnant and not getting married. I just saw the fucking truth, and I woke the fuck up from that. Okay. And, all right. And one lady said, hell to the nah, never did, never will. Yuck. Too many fine black and Latino men to even think about them. I don't want anything pink. I'm kind of irritated with black women always talking about white men having pink penises. Their penises are not pink. Their penises are beige. If you haven't seen one, you should really be quiet. They're not pink. And even if they were pink, so damn what? You'll fuck a black guy with a black ass dick. So you can't fuck a guy with a pink dick? Some black men have pink, half black, half pink dicks. I've seen it. So I just think that's an immature comment. Okay, and then you have this woman who says, I'll pass this. I love fine chocolate black men. I can't see my love life looking any other way. Do you see her picture? Her chances as a dark-skinned black woman getting married by a dark-skinned black man is extremely low. Extremely low. The most they'll do is fuck her and give her a baby and not marry her. Everybody knows this. So she sounds ridiculous. And this one last comment. This woman says, I just think that whenever a black woman dates outside the race, we're ridiculed the hardest versus a black man dating outside his race. Honestly, I support black Roman dating outside their race, especially because a lot of black men in my age group don't value black women. Yes, you know why people aren't used to it? Because we haven't done it in droves like black men. Black men weren't accepted with white women at one point. They used to get it. Believe me, it wasn't easy back in the day for black men to date white women, but the more they did it, the more people got used to it. They have to get used to seeing black women with white men. Then they will get over it. Once you see it, they'll get over it. So, I'm going to tell you why the white American man is top choice for a black American woman. The first thing is cultural similarities. Cultural similarities. We are the most similar. American people, we are American. I identify as an American. I'm an American person. And a lot of black and white people, whether they admit it or not, there are a few very small differences. Like black people love sweet potato pie and white people love pumpkin pie. Stuff like that. I mean, some white people like sweet potato pie, but you have those small little differences. But black people in America and white people in America like the same thing at large. They love football and basketball. They love cookouts. They love and celebrate the same damn holidays. It's more easier dating them. You don't have to worry about trying to fit into some culture and change everything you do. It's not as much pressure from the parents. I mean, it's not always gonna be easy. Yes, you can go through some racism, but believe me, when you're dating a foreign man, you go through more. Trust me, you go through more dating them. They can be more racist than the damn white people. Okay, so that's my one thing, cultural similarities. The second reason, no skin color bias. White men will date a black woman no matter what color she is. They don't discriminate that much based on color. In fact, in some cases, the darker the better. You will see you will see a lot of African women, and African women love white men. Trust me, a lot of them do. You will see the white men with the darkest black woman you could find who's African. The white man loves them, their skin color. She could never get a black American. That would not happen. Black men do not date black women that dark. They don't like it at large. It's sad to say, but let's just be honest here. White men don't discriminate against the black woman at large unless he's a color-struck white man who was raised around ignorant black men. But your average white man that dates black women, your ass is black. Whether you're light-skinned, brown-skinned, dark-skinned, you're darker than him. So to him, you are black. You know, you will always be the darker one to him. No matter if you're considered light in the black community, to him you are dark. You are black. They know you are black, and they don't care, a lot of them, how black or how dark you are. They will date you. They will not judge you a lot of times for your hair texture. You see a lot of them with black women who have natural hair. A lot of black men, they tell you they don't like no nappy hair. I know some people don't like to hear that term nappy, but that's the word. The coarsest hair. You know, you date a white guy, a lot of them, some of them even prefer the natural hair. You don't have to wear your hair natural. I'm not saying you have to. Okay. Men of other groups are more likely, they're more likely not to go out with dark-skinned black women. A lot of them. Because that's why I said get you an Americanized one. But I'll give you India, for example. India, they absolutely loathe dark skin. The darkest you are, and they don't like you. I mean, they can accept their people who are dark skinned, but they still discriminate against them. But you, whose features are completely different from theirs, and you're dark skin. I mean, it was a case of a cheerleader. She couldn't even perform when she went with her group because they said, you are too dark. We don't want y'all up here cheerleading. There's a picture of her. I think she's African. And she couldn't cheer in India. And there have been several accounts of dark-skinned Africans receiving the absolute worst treatment in India. So you are likely, the family might have a fit because, you know, you're darker. The Indians, that can happen in some Hispanics households, maybe like Mexican, if you're dating a Mexican. You know, a lot of them discriminate in their own country. Colorism is worse, in my damn opinion, in some of these other groups. Worse than black people. That's why I said you have to be careful who you're dating. And I highly suggest you get one that's a little bit more Americanized. Even though America can have colorism, it's not as extreme as the other cultures, in my opinion. So, white American men, they're the most accepting of black women of all shades. Of all shades. That is my number 2 reason why they are the most promoted. I want to talk more about the Indians again. Now, if you go to the Caribbean, like Trinidad and Jamaica, that's a different case. Plenty of Caribbeans are of mixed Indian descent, because the Indians fuck with black people out there. And if you come to America, you might go up north and you will find some that will date black women. But like I said, the Americanized ones are a little bit more open, in my opinion, the younger ones. Again, white men are not as prejudiced based on skin color when they date black women. And it's just no surprise that a lot of African women love them, because who else really accepts them in high numbers like that? Okay. And the top reason of all, the top reason for American black women and American white men to date each other, it is religion. Religion. American white men at large are Christian, and the majority of American black women are Christian. You can raise your kids together with the same religion. If you're going to date an Asian man, a lot of them are Buddhist. If you date an Arab man, as we know, a lot of them are Muslim. Now, you have some of them who are Christian in some countries. Maybe you could find some in Morocco. There are a few in Egypt, but the large percentage of them are Muslim. If you're not going to convert, you are wasting your damn time. I'm trying to tell you the truth. Now, you can try to work it out. Some of them are accepting, they claim, of dating Christian women. My father was a Muslim man, not an Arab, but he followed the Nation of Islam, and my mother did not, and that is clashes in that. It does not always work out. And I have tried to date some of these Nation of Islam men, and I've tried like 4 damn times. I've tried it, and it just does not work. They don't want you eating pork. You can't eat bacon no more. Some of their views, some of them are oppressive as hell. Some of them, from my experience. And their belief system, some of them are racist as shit. And some of them love to blame. And I mean, I've heard things like the white people are made up of cats, mouses, and we're this experiment and all this stuff, and all types of stuff I've heard. And it just doesn't always work out. And then you have African men. I didn't put their picture up here, but African men. A large percentage of African men are Muslim. So you're going to have an issue. Hispanic men, a large percentage of them are Catholic. And Catholics and Christians are somewhat similar, but there are still some differences. So it does matter. You know, I know from personal experience, and, you know, American white men at large are Christian. And I don't want to hear nothing about that's the white man's religion, please. Just because you were enslaved by a group of people that used the Bible to justify slavery doesn't mean that what's in the Bible is not true. It just means they used it for the wrong thing. Now, I also call God Yahweh, which is the Hebrew name for God, since the Bible came from Hebrew texts. But anyway, and I've tried, you know, if you're a Christian black woman, I just highly suggest you stick to a Christian. I mean, you can try it. It can work out sometimes. But this is why American white men are at the top list. Again, cultural similarities, like the same holidays, like to do some of the same things. No skin color bias, not prejudice like other groups, including black men. They will date you no matter what your skin complexion is. And religion, you're both Christians at large. This is why the American white man is the top choice for you. So, I would love to hear your comments about it. Tell me if you agree or disagree. And you know, some of my subscribers, they like European white men, and I'm not against that. You know, I've never dated a European white man. And like I said, some of them like Polynesians, and I'm not going to lie, a lot of them Polynesians are fine as shit. I don't know what their religious beliefs are or what their cultural practices are. Any man you're dating who isn't black, please research his culture including African men, research the culture on how they treat women, what's their role and all this stuff, because in some of these cultures, the man literally does nothing. The woman does everything. It's really crazy. But yeah, that's all for this video. And I cannot wait to hear your comments. Leave your thoughts below. Also, if you have not subscribed, subscribe. Check out my videos. I would love to hear what you think, and hit that bell. All of y'all hit that bell. Peace.